just feel like I wrote that letter to her. I just don't feel like it was a year ago. Aaliyah has had probably the most impact on my career.
My father's with me almost all the time.
This is my first time in Paris. I'm so excited.
We're very close. You know, it's great to have a brother that you can be so tight with.
I want to know where he is at all times. So you can go, how about
That's because
he's a grown man, but I want to... Exactly.
We're like this. We're best buddies.
I'm just gonna start by saying I'm an Aaliyah fan and I stand with her brother. Her brother released a statement yesterday. If her brother not feeling it and her immediate family not feeling it, then we should not support it in any form or fashion.
You know, I found it particularly funny that R. Kelly was just convicted after decades. But Drake thinks it's still okay to sample his music on his CD that just came out this year.
R. Kelly, a former backup dancer, testified she was on tour with R. Kelly in the early 90s and Aaliyah traveled with them. The dancer said on the back of a tour bus she saw, quote, Robert and Aaliyah in a situation, saying Kelly appeared to be performing Aaliyah. At the time, Aaliyah would have been around 13 years old.
Real quick, what do you think about Drake doing Aaliyah's posthumous album that's coming out and not involving Missy Elliott and Timbaland?
I mean, it just shows what I said. Like, what the f***? You didn't even know this woman.
Y'all won't believe the drama that's heating up between Aaliyah's family and Drake right now. Aaliyah's brother Rashad has finally had enough and is calling Drake out on his absolutely bizarre obsession with Aaliyah. Like, seriously, we need to talk about how Drake has been weirdly fixated on Aaliyah for years. I mean, who gets someone's face tattooed on their body when they've never even met them? That's just the beginning of this messy situation. Drake has been doing the absolute most, constantly sampling her music like he owns it, and get this. He even had the audacity to try and create a posthumous album with her vocals. Thank goodness Aaliyah's family shut that down real quick. And here's the most shocking part. Drake never even met Aaliyah. Not once. But wait, it gets worse, if you can believe it. Despite all his proclaimed love for Aaliyah, Drake had the nerve to sample R. Kelly's music on his album, Certified Lover Boy. And yes, he made sure Kelly got those royalty checks. The same R. Kelly who traumatized Aaliyah when she was just a young teenager. I can't even. Now, sources close to the situation are spilling all the tea about how Rashad is absolutely fed up. He's made it crystal clear that he's disgusted by Drake using Aaliyah for clout while simultaneously cozying up to people who did such horrible things to her. And let's not forget Drake's own questionable history with young women. The receipts are there, honey.
The words in her music, the melodies that she uses, we have a lot of things in common. The way that she thinks, you know, the way that she views love and relationships in her music.
You won't believe this, but Drake's creepy fixation with Aaliyah is back in the headlines, and this time it's because Kendrick Lamar is dropping some seriously disturbing hints about Drake's interest in younger women. Like, can we talk about how Drake never even met or worked with Aaliyah, but his obsession with her is literally documented everywhere? Let me take you back. Drake used to run his mouth about Aaliyah in every single interview, and at first everyone thought it was kind of sweet, you know? Like, oh, he's just being a fan and paying tribute. But honey, let me tell you how things went from supposedly respectful to straight-up stalker territory. Back in 2010, on the 9th anniversary of Aaliyah's passing, Drake wrote this absolutely unhinged letter that had everyone's jaws on the floor. Let me share this with you because you need to hear how bizarre it gets. Drake writes, "Dear Dana, first of all, who does he think he is using her middle name like they were besties?" He goes on, "I've never lost a parent, a friend, or a lover, but I will never forget this day for the rest of my life. I remember getting the news that you had passed, and it connected with my heart like a clean shot from Muhammad Ali. I was crushed." But wait, it gets even more intense. He has the audacity to write, "Not only was I one of your biggest fans, but I was truly in love with you." Like, excuse me, in love with someone you never met? He continues gushing about how he loved everything about her, the way she carried herself, dressed, and talked about relationships in her music. Then he drops this line that had everyone cringing. "I said to myself that even if we never met, I wanted a woman in my life just like you." And just when you think it couldn't get more uncomfortable, he writes, "I am pained that we will never get to connect now that music ended up being my career path, but you should know we all listen to you every day. Then he has the nerve to say, I hope I make the right life choices so I can end up in heaven where I know you rest your head. I'll continue to make music in your honor until the day we finally meet. Dinner's on me. Love you always and forever, Drake. But honey, that was just the beginning. In November 2011, Drake really started showing his obsession. He releases this track, We'll Be Fine, where he has the nerve to rap. Since I saw Aaliyah's precious life go too soon, she deserves the credit for how I'm about to get it. Like, what? And then, this is where it gets wild. He gets this custom in-ear monitor made with Aaliyah's face on it. He's out here bragging on social media saying, rip baby girl in my ear at every show, letting me know the next move I should make. Love you. I can't even. But hold on to your seats because in December 2011, photos surface of shirtless Drake on a tennis court. And what do people notice? A huge portrait of Aaliyah tattooed on his back. And as if that wasn't enough, a few months later, he gets another Aaliyah tattoo for her birthday, January 16th.
And Aaliyah is very special, even on your earpiece.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I has some great Aaliyah news coming soon too. You know, so some special things.
Some lost tapes.
Just some special things, you know.
Some lost tapes.
Well, just gave you that, like just a little. Cause I say I'm with Westwood, so I can't not. But just great things, man. Great things for music. Period. Just for Westwood, you know.
She would be Beyonce if she was still alive in my mind. Not the Beyonce.
I mean,
lane, but
just incredible because I think more than anything, you know, Aaliyah always made music that it was never uncomfortable for me to listen to. You know, it's hard for me to ride around to a female singer because at the end of the day, you're a man, you know, but she always kept it so G with the writing and the melodies that it just made it, you know, it was something to ride to.
Now this is where things get really messy. Drake drops this song called Enough Said using Aaliyah's vocals and has the nerve to claim that her family gave him their blessing for a full tribute album.
It's all off of an Aaliyah project that me and 40 are, you know, commanding, and 40 is just doing some incredible music right now. And so, so you know, to get 13, 14 new Aaliyah songs, I mean, everybody should be excited. The people around her, everybody from her family to her old, you know, management and label were just like, if there's anybody out that could do it right now, it's me and 40, and that was an honor. And we're gonna pull in some classic people, like anybody who used to work with Aaliyah, or you know that was essential in her career. We definitely hope to have them involved. So,
but guess what? The truth comes out, and it's piping hot. It turns out Drake was straight up lying about getting the family's approval. Aaliyah's brother, Rashad, had to come out with a statement saying, there is no official album being released and supported by the Houghton family. And get this, Timbaland and Missy Elliott, who actually knew and worked with Aaliyah, wanted absolutely nothing to do with Drake's little project. They both spilled the tea that Drake never even bothered to reach out to them, and Missy made it crystal clear she would never touch anything related to Aaliyah without her family's blessing.
We really removed ourselves from that. Like I didn't want to hear nothing about it until 40 actually asked me to say, yo, it wasn't, I'm like, what happened? Like, what's really going on? Like, you know, he was like, I just was asked to do a song. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I'm like.
So it went from a song to an album.
I don't even know if it's an album. I don't know if that's even, I don't think that's even in the work. I don't know.
You spoke to Drake?
I haven't spoke to Drake yet.
No.
You either?
No call has been made to me.
What if the call came? What would your response be?
Well, my response would be a little different because I have to respect her family. She has a mother, she has a brother, she has a father that she's very close with, and until they come and say we're ready to do an Aaliyah album, then I don't really want to, you know, step over and try to get into that. So there's no time limit on their morning, and until they come and say we're ready to, you know, do an Aaliyah album, I just feel like, you know, just more realistically and respect-wise,
you don't want anything to do with it.
And this drama just keeps getting deeper. Other industry heavyweights started calling Drake out, including DMX, who, unlike our obsessed friend Drake, actually knew Aaliyah personally.
Real quick, what do you think about Drake doing Aaliyah's posthumous album that's coming out and not involving Missy Elliott, Timberland?
I mean, it just shows what I said. Like, you didn't even know this woman. You didn't even know that you were in middle school. You didn't even, and you know, like, before I just spoke on what I didn't like about him, what I don't like, you know, I didn't know him, so I couldn't say I didn't like him, but I don't like this about him. Now it's like, you piece of shit. What the f*** is you the right to, I mean, allow me to live on and not include the people that she always worked with, not include her recipe. That's like saying, you know what, I'm gonna make KFC, but I'm not using the Colonel recipe. That ain't KFC, nigga. That's your FC. It ain't your chicken. That ain't the Colonel's chicken. That's your chicken. That's some bullshit. That ain't the same. That ain't the same.
Okay, we just need to complete your top 5.
All right.
So we got Kane, Rakim, Scarface.
No, we talk about this a little while. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Yeah. I don't give a. What? This is this, man.
Have you heard the first song?
Nah, man. But, I mean, it's long. Like, at least honor her legacy. Like, honor what she did. Like, you have no right to make it yours. If you're gonna allow it to live on, do it in a manner that honors what she did. That's all you can do. Respectfully, rightfully. You think, oh, I'm gonna take this and who the you? Who the are you to change?
Very sure. He has a tattoo of Aaliyah on his back. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I thought he was. Has he ever met her? Did you ever meet her?
No, never met her. He's just totally infatuated with her. He's always talked about her in interviews.
But he never met her.
Let me tell you something. DMX had every right to be upset because he and Aaliyah shared this beautiful, genuine brother-sister relationship. This wasn't some made-up fantasy like Drake's Connection.
What was Aaliyah like as a person?
Oh man, an angel. You know, she was beautiful on the outside as well as the inside. You know, very talented, but like I said, very, very humble. You know what I'm saying? Just a beautiful, genuine person, man.
If you could get her back to say one last thing to her, what would you have said to her?
I have to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunities. You know, and thank you for the music. You know, and thank you for just being you. This is my own personal special tribute to Aaliyah. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This is Aaliyah. You know, you know, it's my newest baby, and I named her after Aaliyah. You know, because that's how special she was to me. You know, so Aaliyah, hi. You know, and know that you're named after an angel. Yep.
When DMX passed away in April 2021, it was heartbreaking to see Aaliyah's mother Diane's touching tribute on Instagram. She wrote this absolutely beautiful message. Earl, you had and still have a heart of gold. You and baby girl will meet again with all the beautiful people we have lost. We'll never forget your kindness, never. Blessing to your family eternally. Now let's get back to Drake because this story takes an even more disturbing turn. Just when you thought he couldn't possibly be more disrespectful, we found out something that proves he never truly cared about Aaliyah at all. After getting caught in his lie about the family's permission, Drake did something absolutely shocking. He reached out to Aaliyah's uncle Barry Hankerson, trying to get the album released through Hankerson's Blackground Records. Here's why this is so absolutely disgusting. If Drake really respected Aaliyah like he claims, he would have never, ever gone anywhere near Barry Hankerson. Why? because Hankerson is the one who practically handed Aaliyah over to R. Kelly.
My manager, who's her uncle, told me to go up to Detroit and hear her sing. Once I got up to Detroit, I didn't have to hear her sing because she was glowing. I knew she had it. As soon as she started singing, that verified it. And from there, we became here, and everything is all good.
How is he to work with? Rob is great to work with because really it's not like we work because we're like really close, so it's like just fun really. We just hang out, sing.
I don't ever remember working.
Yeah, it's just like fun.
For the record, you are how old?
That's a secret. Women doesn't disclose her age.
Keeping it under wraps.
The truth is absolutely sickening. After Hankerson had 12-year-old Aaliyah audition for R. Kelly, he became her mentor, helping her write and produce her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
Do you think that it is immoral for an older man to have living underage? Rephrase. Okay. For an older man to have with an underage girl, someone under 17, do you view that as an immoral thing? If they're in love. They're in love. I really can't be the judge of that.
I won't go into the horrific details about what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah, but what makes this whole situation even more revolting is that Aaliyah's Uncle Barry and other family members reportedly knew about R. Kelly's disturbing behavior. And why did they ignore it? Because Kelly allegedly promised them publishing rights to some of his albums.
When Aaliyah died, I was with Barry when Aaliyah died. For a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death. Am I supposed to say that on TV? Sue me, I ain't got nothing. I was with him on the negotiations, you know what I'm saying? Black Ground Records, he's married to Gladys Knight. Wow. So he had Timberland, Genuine, Missy Elliott, and Aaliyah is his niece. You know.
Oh wow.
Aaliyah's his niece. So he got a settlement for $90 million for her death.
Was that just for his rights or whatever he owned?
What she would have been able to make if she hadn't died.
So can we talk about how absolutely vile it is that Drake reached out to Barry Hankerson to help release the Aaliyah album? Drake's always going on about his love and respect for Aaliyah, but he was so desperate to make money off that album that he contacted the very man who played a role in Aaliyah's victimization. Thank goodness there was such massive backlash from Aaliyah's fans and industry people that the album got canceled. But hold on, because this story isn't over. Fast forward to 2021, and Drake releases Certified Lover Boy. And what does he do? He shows his true colors once again by giving R. Kelly a songwriting credit after sampling him on the track TSU.
And later confirmed by Rolling Stone is because TSU contains a sample of R. Kelly's 1998 hit Half on a Baby. While the mystery surrounding R. Kelly's Certified Lover Boy songwriting credit has been cleared up, the question remains over whether he'll receive any songwriting royalties from it. In other words, is Drake putting money in R. Kelly's pocket by sampling him? And the answer appears to be yes. Although how much money he'll see exactly is unclear. Drake's sampling R. Kelly on TSU is a curious decision, not only because of the widespread disdain for the R&B singer, but because of his admiration for Aaliyah.
Let's break this down. Drake claims to love and respect Aaliyah, but then turns around and samples a convicted offender who caused her unimaginable trauma. And when you add Kendrick Lamar's allegations about Drake having predators in his circle and being a threat to young women, suddenly Drake's obsession with Aaliyah takes on an even darker meaning. It honestly feels like Drake took Aaliyah's family rejecting that posthumous album as some kind of personal attack. And in some twisted way, he tried to get revenge by sampling R. Kelly and giving him credit on his own album. Now, sources close to Aaliyah's brother Rashad are saying he's completely done with Drake's obsession. Apparently, Rashad tried to give Drake the benefit of the doubt at first, but after all the disrespect and the drama with Kendrick, he's finally had enough. So what do you think about Drake's obsession with Aaliyah? Is it just creepy fan behavior, or is there something even more sinister lurking beneath the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't miss out on this next video.